Tonight at 6, remembering Tim Moore, the community is still mourning the loss of one of its own. We take an expanded look into his impact on campus.
And what about those rising gas prices? Drivers around Ohio, stick with us to find out when the price you pay at the pump will go back down.
Later in the show, allegations of mistreatment towards former Kent State basketball player Kaylin Bennett. We have the details and more on how the university plans to respond.
More later in the show on the recent criticism not facing President Biden, but his dog Champ, how fans are defending the first pooch. TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and Portage County. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rachel Gross.
And I'm Jenna Borthwick.
We begin tonight by reflecting on the life of Kent State Professor Emeritus Tim Moore, who died earlier this month.
TV2's Raygene English has the latest details on his profound impact and how he's being remembered. Raygene?
Thank you, Jenna. On the first day of Black History Month, the Kent State community lost a true pillar in Pan-African education. Associate Dean E. Timothy Moore passed away on February 1st of aortic dissection. He was only 69 years old.
The overall energy that my father brought into the room was just really wonderful, and it's really, really missed. Like, we are just kind of all walking around the house in circles.
As a student, Moore was very active at Kent State. He joined Omega Sci-Fi, sang in the Black Ensemble, and served as the president of Black United Students.
That's important as I talk here because Tim's life is about expansion, throughout in terms of his university experience.
Throughout his decades at Kent State, Moore expanded his influence in many ways.
Now he is grown. He got the bus, IAAA, Department of Pan-African Studies, stamp of approval because he's gone through all of that. He dealt with the fledgling multicultural aspects of things. He goes over here now and he's actually in arts and sciences, in an administrative position, and he's interacting with students along the way. So you have this person who is growing in their own right, and in their growth, it's having a direct effect on the university as a whole.
After his sudden death, alumni and staff left over 200 messages on his and the Black Alumni Facebook page, each telling memories of Moore and what he meant to them.
It has been really lovely to see all of the outpour, but it's also been really hard because it's like, my dad is gone, and all of these people talking about how great he was and all of the things is just a reminder that he's not here.
Although Moore has passed, the community has continued his legacy. Moore's family encourages people to donate to the E. Timothy Moore Scholarship Fund. This scholarship was made by the university after Moore. A virtual celebration of his life will be held over Zoom this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. For TV2 News, I'm Raygene English.
Thanks, Raygene. The mother of former Kent State basketball player Kaylin Bennett claimed on social media that her son had been mistreated as a student and an athlete during his time at Kent. In a tweet that has since been deleted, she claimed that a Kent State professor violated Bennett in front of witnesses, and the Golden Flash's head coach violated HIPAA laws. She has not filed any formal complaints with the university, but a spokesperson from the university said they are looking into the matter.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine held a press conference yesterday to discuss the current state of the pandemic in Ohio. Our very own Vivian Hawk has more on the governor's most recent updates. Vivian?
Thanks, Jenna. Governor DeWine has stated that nursing home visitations may be going up as long as the facilities meet the low COVID infection rate expectancies required on a federal level. Nursing homes recorded only 343 new cases last week, compared to the peak number of 2,800 in November. DeWine also stated that teams like the Cleveland Indians may be allowed to have a 30% capacity of fans within their stadiums this spring. The widespread vaccination efforts in Ohio have contributed to these changes, which come as a new COVID variant makes its way to Ohio. The Ohio Department of Health has confirmed positive variant COVID cases in 6 Ohio counties: Cuyahoga, Hamilton, Lorain, Medina, Portage, and Ross. DeWine and Ohio's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff, are optimistic about the vaccination efforts despite the variant. DeWine states that the vaccination is handling the mutated virus. At the Franklin Hall studio, this is Vivian Hawk.
You know, Rachel, 40 degrees today felt like summer compared to what we've been having. I was like avoiding the puddles on my walk here.
All the slush is just making it a little bit harder to get to class, but those walks to class are certainly more enjoyable now. Our weatherman Jack Berney joins us now with more on these rising temperatures.
Thanks, guys, and hello to you, Kent State and all of Portage County. I'm Jack Berney with your weather report, and how long will the sunshine stick around is the main question of the day. Taking a look at the temperature currently in Kent, it's 45 degrees and it feels like 37 degrees. I don't know about you, but it was very nice to see the sunshine outside this morning rather than the snow. But it was a little cold outside. There was wind, 15 miles per hour coming from the west. When I was walking to class today, my hair was going every which way because of the wind. Hopefully the sun is here to stay, but hopefully the wind is on its way out the door. Taking a look at the temperatures in Northeast Ohio, it's 45 in Kent, as I mentioned, 43 up in Cleveland, 46 down in Canton. So overall in Northeast Ohio, it's low to mid 40s. And taking a look at the Buckeye State as a whole, 44 in the Akron area, 54 down in Cincinnati. You could almost get away with wearing shorts down in Cincinnati. And overall, it is a pretty nice February day in the Buckeye State. And that's all for weather right now. Be sure to stick around for my full forecast coming up.
Thanks, Jack. We have the latest on the deadly Capitol riots on January 6th. Stick with us.
And stick around after the break for more on why gas prices have been climbing as of late. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent State University. Streaming online at kentwired.com.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this! Can we get strawberries? Okay.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back. Gas prices across Ohio and other parts of the country have raised over the past couple weeks, in part due to the winter weather storms that hit.
Our very own Connor Mills has more on when we can expect to see these prices go down again.
Drivers in Ohio may have noticed gas prices have been more on the expensive side as of late. Why? Well, the answer traces all the way down south.
And so when you think of the weather issues that they had in Texas, that affects the refining of oil. And so when Texas has a shock like that, It impacts gas prices everywhere.
Back here in Ohio, cold temps also have an effect on how much it takes to fill up your tank.
And what happens when we have colder temperatures in the winter is crude oil that is used in heating some homes ends up being diverted to home heat instead of showing up in gasoline.
Aside from the weather, the pandemic also has shaken up gas prices, particularly when it comes to imports from other countries.
Demand for oil has gone down, and that means the price of oil has gone down. It means the price of gas has been low. And so what the Saudi Arabia was saying is we're gonna not supply as much so that we can try and push that price back up again.
And looking ahead to the future of gas prices, well, that's hard to predict.
I kind of see it as home heating pressure should be going down, but demand might go up as we start to come out the other side of COVID with that.
Hello everybody, it's me again, Jack Berney, here with my full weather forecast. Taking a look at the overnight forecast, 8 p.m. 36 degrees clear, 10 p.m. 34 degrees and clear, and you look at midnight, it's 32 degrees. And I know what you're thinking, Jack, 32 degrees. Is it going to snow? The answer is no, thankfully. Taking a look at tomorrow, 47 degrees, but there is going to be a lot of wind from the southwest, 21 miles per hour, windy, but there will be periods of sun and cloud, and there's a 25% chance of rain as well. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast. I mentioned it's windy tomorrow, but look at Thursday and Friday, how nice Thursday and Friday is. If you want to do something outside this week, I would circle Thursday and Friday, sunny and cloudy on Thursday with a high of 36, 43 on Friday, partly sunny, but then we get to the end of the week, and look at this, Saturday. It's going to be 50 degrees, a 40% chance of rain. Sunday, scattered showers, but the temperature is going to go up on Saturday and Sunday, 52 degrees and 50. So maybe if you want to do something outside, you can do it then, but make sure you avoid those scattered showers. And then Monday and Tuesday, the big bad snow comes back. 30% chance of snow on Monday with a high of 41. Tuesday, there will also be light snow showers, but that will be to start your next week. So overall, a pretty nice week of weather this week, but next week, the winter weather and February in Ohio rears its ugly head. So enjoy the warm weather for now. And so I would say go on a walk with your dog tonight or eat dinner outside in the patio because come next week, the snow will be back. I've been Jack Berney with the weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that, Jack. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration will meet Friday to discuss the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine for emergency authorization. It would become the first single-dose COVID shot available here, with data showing it's 66% effective in preventing moderate and severe disease. The company's vice president said they plan on having 20 million doses of the vaccine by March, along with 4 million doses prepared for shipment. Dr. Anthony Fauci said their vaccine will likely only have a few doses available if they receive clearance.
It's just a matter of what happened with their production capability and how they are now going to be revving up. And then soon after that, they're going to have a lot of doses, but it's not going to be front-loaded.
Buckingham Palace is updating the public about Prince Philip's health. The husband of Queen Elizabeth is being treated for an infection, and he is not expected to leave the hospital for several days. Now, one source said that doctors were acting with an abundance of caution, and the Duke of Edinburgh is comfortable and currently responding to treatment. He turns 100 in June.
The Senate is beginning public hearings on the security failures that allowed rioters to breach the Capitol on January 6th. The Senate committee is to call witnesses to speak about the insurrection directly. The former U.S. Capitol Police Chief is pushing back on the suggestion that they were not prepared for an event on that scale. At least 250 people have been charged in connection with the attack that left 5 people dead.
I think it's important to note that we planned this entire hearing on a bipartisan basis. We want this to be as constructive as possible because in order to figure out the solutions so this doesn't happen again, we must have the facts, and the answers are in.
Today marks a year since the killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. 12 months later, a trial date has not been set, and his family waits for justice. Ahmaud's mother is now speaking out in memory of her son, who was chased down and killed while jogging. CNN's Martin Savage reports.
He's gone, you know.
Wanda Cooper-Jones is still overcome with grief.
To be honest with you, Ahmaud is the last thing I think about at night and the first thing I think about each morning.
A year after her son's death, his case has been handled by 5 different district attorneys. And thanks to COVID-19, no closer to trial.
Justice will come. And I believe as soon as COVID is under control, we will see justice in this case.
Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old black man shot to death, his family says, while jogging in a coastal Georgia subdivision. Chased and killed by a white father and son and neighbor in pickup trucks. The men said they believed Arbery, who was unarmed, had committed the crime. Nearly 3 months later, were the suspects arrested and charged with murder. Since then, it may seem as though nothing has happened, but that's not true. This is the video many haven't seen. Police body camera footage obtained by CNN for the first moments after officers arrived on the scene, showing the badly bloodied Travis McMichael just moments after firing the shotgun blast that killed Arbery. All 3 men have pleaded not guilty and remain in jail. In a statement, Travis McMichael's attorneys said, "The sadness and tragedy surrounding Mr. Arbery's death will never be forgotten. We join the community in giving our condolences and prayers for Mr. Arbery's family and friends for their loss." The real progress has come not in a courtroom, but outside of it. At the time Arbery was killed, Georgia had no hate crimes law. Following the outcry over his death, it does now. Last week, Georgia's governor unveiled legislation to overhaul the state's Civil War-era citizens arrest law that had come under scrutiny after Arbery's death.
Ahmaud was a victim of vigilante style of violence that has no place in.
The Kent State men's basketball team will be back in action tomorrow afternoon. I'll break down the matchup next in sports.
President Joe Biden has been receiving criticism pertaining to his pet German Shepherd, Champ. We have why a bit later. TV2 returns in 2 minutes.
Even though there is so much against us, you will see me wearing a face covering.
And even with my face covered,
you will see me.
As a son.
As a friend to everyone I meet.
As a fighter for change.
As a woman who stands up for what I believe in.
So join me in wearing a face covering.
To help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because this is one small act of kindness that has the power to bring us all together.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool.
She's my superhero.
Good job, Kit Kat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back. Golf legend Tiger Woods has been injured in a single-car accident early Tuesday morning. Woods is currently in the hospital with multiple leg injuries and is in surgery, according to his agent. Speed is believed to have been a factor in the accident, but this is still an ongoing story.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. I'm Nick Sommer, and all you need to know for your Tuesday night sports report. We start with the Kent State basketball team. The men's basketball team will travel to Ball State tomorrow. The 14-5 Golden Flashes are looking to defeat the 7-11 Cardinals tomorrow afternoon at 2. With a win, Kent State would move into a tie for second place in the conference with Akron. The Flashes are on a 4-game winning streak and are led by Danny Pippen, who is averaging 20.3 points per game, and Taverell Beck, who is also in double figures, averaging 10.6 a game. Kent State leads the all-time series 46-40. Tune into the game on ESPN3 or on the Kent State Radio Network. 2 Golden Flashes had 2 players named MAC Volleyball Athletes of the Week. For the second time this season, Kent State volleyball student athletes Alex Hafner and Savannah Matthews both earned Mid-American Conference East Division Player of the Week honors. The 2 helped lead the Golden Flashes 8-1 to a 2-1 week, including a pair of 3-0 wins at Toledo this past Saturday and Sunday. The Flashes will host unbeaten Bowling Green for 2 matches inside the basketball and volleyball center this Thursday the 25th and Friday the 26th. Great news, Indians fans. Mike DeWine says limited fans will be allowed in the stands for the 2021 Indian season. The home opener is April 5th against the Royals. Progressive Field will house fans at 30% capacity, which is roughly 10,500 fans. The Indians will have to provide their coronavirus health protocols, including how they will keep people in groups and the requirements for the face masks. LeBron and the Lakers took on the Washington Wizards last night in Los Angeles. Let's see who came out on top. Bradley Beal driving, pulls back and hits the 3 over 2 defenders. Spinning, fights away from the defender, Montrell Harris, and gets the and 1. LeBron one-on-one, drives the lane and bodies his way in for the and 1 as well. Kuzma dishes it out to Caldwell Pope, and he hits the deep 3. The game is tied at 111. LeBron one-on-one again, driving the lane, and another and 1 for the GOAT. Bradley Beal again pulls up with another 3, and he cannot hit it to tie the game. Goes into overtime. Bradley Beal again, drives the lane, hits the easy bucket over Kuzma. Rockets with the ball. Westbrook looking to seal the game, and he does with an and 1. The Wizards go on to win 127-124 last night in Los Angeles. That is all for your Tuesday Sports Report. I am Nick Sommer. Have a great evening, Portage County.
Supporters are firing back at critics of President Biden's senior German Shepherd Champ. Hear their response when TV2 News returns.
Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Welcome back. The Kent State University Smash community held a virtual Super Smash Bros. Tournament to raise money for a local food bank. KSU Smash Community is a club dedicated to playing Super Smash Bros., a nearly 20-year-old game, and thanks to a program called Slippy, playing online is easier than ever. The tournament drew in nearly 70 people from across the country, and at the end of the event, nearly $1,000 was raised for the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. This was the first charity event held by the group, and after how successful it was, they hope to hold more events like this one in the future.
Teeth are getting more expensive. Delta Dental found that the Tooth Fairy gives out about $4.70 per tooth. That's the most in the 23-year history of the original Tooth Fairy poll. The previous high was 10 cents less in 2017. The average price per tooth varies across regions. The poll was conducted for about a week with more than 1,000 parents of children ages 6 to 12. And now the story you've all been waiting for. According to some critics, apparently one of President Joe Biden's White House pets does not have the best grooming. One anchor even says the dog needs a bath and a comb. But Champ the dog is getting support from others. CNN's Jeannie Mose reports.
The Biden's oldest dog, Champ, may not walk so well. Come on, old guy. But his fans aren't letting a certain anchor walk all over him.
Did you see the dog? Doesn't he look a little rough? I love dogs, but this dog needs a bath and a comb and all kinds of love and care.
Champ's supporters howled. Oh my, hold me back. Attacking the looks of an elderly dog is a new low. Greg Kelly, an anchor on the very right-wing Newsmax, got maximum backlash. After all, Champ is more than 12 years old, 84 in people years.
We asked the vet, what can we do to keep Champ going? He said, get him a young dog.
Enter Major, the dog the Bidens got from a shelter. People took major exception to Greg Kelly's guest historian, who also had a bone to pick with Champ.
No, he looks very dirty and disheveled and very unlike a presidential dog like that.
Fans unleashed their own dogs, defending Champ. A fan Twitter account, speaking as Champ, responded, "Human says I'm handsome, old boy. All that matters."
He's a talker. Watch this. Hey, Champ, you want to play golf?
Nothing wrong with Champ. It's Greg who needs grooming. Jeannie Mose, CNN.
If anybody said anything about my dog, I don't care. If it's anything negative, I might fight them.
You know, dogs are very special no matter how old they are or what they might look like.
Yeah, he was pretty cute.
He is pretty cute. Now that will do it for us this evening. For up-to-date coverage on these stories and more, visit KentWired.com and follow our social media channels at KentWired. I'm Rachel Gross.
And I'm Jenna Borthwick. Have a great rest of your night, Portage County.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.